So that's the Excelsior boat that we're helping out on today and doing some voluntary work to support the winter maintenance and a bit of restoration. And next to it is a concrete barge from World War II. And it's really handy because it stores loads and loads of equipment and bits and bobs and ropes for the Excelsior on it. Are you excited to be doing different boat work to the Misterton boat work?
Yes.
Because you're not going to have to make any hatches or bollards today. Today you're going to work on an engine again.
Yes.
You prefer that, don't you?
Maybe.
Oh, do you know what we can do? Because somebody's come down and they're going to have to reassemble the engine.
So we'll all go and have a look in the barge and see what we can do there, and maybe get your mum set up with the companionway ladder, and maybe light the fire, eh? How about that? Companionway ladder, the other one's already been done. And those are the two retaining screws. We'll put them to one side. That will be the varnish you'll use. This is the grit. Might be a bit heavy. So remove all these brass plates, tread plates, carefully, and keep them for reuse. We're going to clean them up at a later stage and maybe even brass over them so they look nice and shiny. And then the whole assembly needs to be lightly sanded down. Where you get paint work like this, that wants to come off, all that paint drip. So you keep rubbing until you get rid of the paint work. That's it. Okay, so no, use this to light your firelighters. And you just hold it against the light. You're going to really put it on this white one, because once that's lit, it'll light everything else. That's it. Now, one over there somewhere, perhaps. That's it. That's it, and then close the door. Just leave it slightly ajar to let some air in, like that, and hopefully it'll take.
Undone. Literally cut it off. This one just needs a little bit more loosening. It's off. Ready for a jolly good brasso clean. All the brass is off. Next job is to keep the fire going and keep everybody warm. And we've created a little workspace where we're going to put the companionway stairs to sand them down and start them sanding so that they're ready for varnishing. Don't know how far we'll get today, but hopefully we'll get the sanding and the cleaning done, even if the varnishing isn't started.
Okay, so now me and my dad are on the Excelsior instead of the concrete barge that the crew of the Excelsior uses in the workshop. We're just scraping the engine to get all that paint off so we can paint it Lister green. Looks very nice. And then you can see it's all different shades of green. I was scraping paint off the air filter. It's a very grubby job though, because you've got little pieces of foam inside and you can't get to the sides properly.
Paint, because that's where the air goes into the engine. You don't want bits of paint going down there.
Yeah, which is why what I'm doing is I'm covering it with that, and then I'm just scraping it, and then it's catching it on the sides. So if you go closer, you'll see that all the paint is either going off or it's going on the side.
Yeah.
Well, everybody else, apart from Paul, are working on the engine of the ladder. Me and Paul are making lunch. Pretty cool. see a fire down there. I'm going to make my dad some ham and cheese sandwich.
This is the valve that was covered in flaky paint. The pipe is covered in flaky paint, so let's see what they decide to do with it.
What have you been working on today, Simon?
Well, they want all this pipe work connected to the pump, including up there, that's all different shades of green, and this engine repainted green. And I looked at it and I thought, you know what, this is actually, it's not like we're going to get it all done today. So what I found is this big valve here is a nice bronze casting, so I've just been cleaning all the paint's flaked off it, so I've just been cleaning that back as best I could. And they've got a bronze pump here, which I think is a bigger version of the one that we've got on our boat.
Okay.
And I wonder whether they should just clean these back to bronze and then leave them, because you don't need to paint it won't corrode or anything, and then they could just give it a little clean every now and then, because the paint doesn't stick to it too well unless you use a special sort of primer. But I think they look quite cool, so if these are painted and these are left cleaned up, I think they'd look quite nice, but they may not be going for that effect.
Okay. Well, you
They've
feel
got
like
to
you've
do
done a good job?
They've got to do what they need to do. But yeah, I mean, it's really tricky to get in behind this engine. The engine itself, almost, I mean, there's a little bit of painting that could be done, but you could take the bits off that need painting, like the inlet manifold and the rocker covers and all that, take them away and do them in the shop next door. The rest of it, I'd say, just needs a good clean down. But this pipe works. I don't know where my other scraper's gone. But this light green paint just comes off really easily, like that. But this is, because it's rusted, this is steel. Some of it's galvanized, but this could probably do with being painted with something. But I think that if that was cleaned up, that would actually look quite nice.
Very good.
But it's not my boat.
No, it's not your boat.
No, and that's what I've done to the stuff on our boat, is that it was painted. But maybe there's a reason for painting it. I just like it when it looks like that.
So, this is the companionship steps, and they've been sanded back. We've removed all of the treads, the bronze treads, and I've cleaned them all with wire wool. Cleaned them through there, cleaned them on this side, given them a good scrape. Unfortunately, we can't find the brass though, so I can't start polishing them. And it's a bit too cold to start the varnish today, it's a little bit chilly. However, they are in a really good state for somebody else to come and do the next stage. So it's quite good to offer to help with a little bit of volunteering, to help with a little bit of restoration, and every little bit helps the Excelsior stay on the seas, sailing, helping young people experience the sea for the first time, and doing its bit of good for the world. And it's a really, really environmentally friendly way to travel. Green tourism at its best. So if you fancy helping the Excelsior, just give them a call, check out the website. But I have to say, it's been a really good day for us as a family just to come and volunteer with the Excelsior.
And that's it for Excelsior from us today. Bye, Excelsior.